Alright guys, this is going to be a video in general. I made one I think a year or two ago about in general lawn care, how to start lawn care, tips and tricks I've learned for somebody just starting off. I've had a few more people ask me, people local around my area, and then some people on here have asked me, what kind of advice can you give to someone starting off? There is so much advice. There's so much that you're going to learn far beyond anything you'll take from this video or any other video. The one thing that I can put a huge emphasis on right now is you have to always be willing to learn. If you're going to go into business, any kind of business, and I can especially speak from lawn care, that's what I do. But any business, you need to learn how to balance your ego. Whether you're a man or a woman, especially if you're a man, you have an ego. I don't care if you say you don't, you do. It's just part of who you are. Whether you can control that or not are two different things. You have to balance your ego and balance your pride. You have to know, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to do starting out your first year, 2 years, maybe even 3 that isn't exactly what you want to do, but you're going to have to do it if you want to build this business. What I mean by that is there's going to be jobs that you're not going to really feel like taking on, but you got to take what you can take just to get your name out there, to let people see you, just to be out there, so that word of mouth is going to be one of your biggest things. A huge portion of my business starting off was, people telling their friends, family, neighbors, hey, look, this is, Countryside Lawn is doing mine, or doing my grass every week, or they just did my mulch, or they trimmed my hedges, or or whatever it is. And this is what it looks like. We're very happy with, the way they treat us, the way they talk to us, just in general, everything. And then hopefully I get a customer from whoever they talk to. A lot has been, working, if you have any like smaller cul-de-sacs in your area, even larger ones, a lot of it has been working in those areas, and people out walking their dogs or taking a walk, doing whatever they're doing, they stop and say, hey, I live right over there, this is my address. When you're done here, can you stop and take a look at mine, give me a price? And I've gotten a ton of work that way. But you're gonna have to you're gonna have to learn how to talk to people, and you're gonna have to learn how to be around people. If you're not a people person at all, I'm not going to say don't get into this business. What I will say is it may be more difficult for you. There's a guy in my area that's been doing this probably 20 years. And he's horrible with people, I know him a little bit. He went to the same high school I did, but he graduated a few years before me. But he has another person he works with, and that person does all his accounts. That person handles his customers. On occasion, he is forced to interface with his customers, and that backfires. That usually results in them switching companies, going with somebody else. I've gotten a lot of his work, and it just things people have told me. He has an explosive temper. He just he doesn't know how to talk to people or deal with people. So this is definitely something you have to work on. So I'm not saying you can't be in the business if you're like that, but you should definitely work on it if you plan on it growing or keeping customers you have. Everyone's always afraid starting out saying, getting customers. How do I get customers? Getting customers isn't as hard as you think. Keeping them is another story. Every area has an abundance of lawn care companies. Very common in my area. There was and still kind of is a lot of factory jobs in my area. Not nearly as many anymore, but when people get laid off from their job, it seems in my area, and I'm sure it's like this in a lot of areas, when people get laid off from their jobs, the first thing they think is, I'm going to go mow lawns. So they buy a mower, and next thing you know, they're riding around mowing lawns. They do it for maybe a year. They find out, it actually is a lot harder work than you think, and there's a lot more to it. A lot more comes into play, and they're like, screw this, and they go and they find another actual job. somewhere else. So, you know, I see new ones pop up every year, and half the time they're not there the next year. And most of these guys just do a horrible job. I call them lawn scalpers. They're not even landscapers. But, you know, so just make sure it's what you want to do. This is my biggest thing. A lot of people get into it and they find out it's not what they want to do. And a lot of the advice I'm going to give you in this video is going to be based on that theory alone. Making sure it's what you want to do. Sorry guys, it's early morning. It's like 5:20 in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to another job I have, which I do a lot in the wintertime. If it doesn't snow and I'm not out plowing, then you know I've drove armored truck for 10 years, and actually just hit 10 years, and I keep it part-time, do it like 1 day a week during the summer, just so it gives me more to do during the winter. I'm not the type of person that likes to sit around. Okay, so like I said, a lot of the advice I'm going to give you in this video is going to be based on making sure this is what you want to do. I'm just going to briefly cover certain key areas that should help you out starting off. First off, we'll cover equipment. Everyone asks me about equipment. What should you buy, new or used? It's hugely debated across the entire lawn care landscaping industry. Buy new, find a dealer that's right down the road from you that can fix your stuff. Okay, that can help you in a way. I've posted in a lot of my videos, if you're in this industry, if you're doing lawn care landscaping, you're dealing with this equipment, you should know the basics on how to repair your equipment. If you don't, learn it. This will save you a ton of money, a ton of time, a ton of headaches, a ton of stress. Learn how to fix your equipment. You don't have to be a master mechanic, but you need to know the basics. Learn how to change the tire on a rim, learn how to change the oil, keep track of them hour meters on the equipment for maintenance. If you don't know how, or if you don't have an hour meter, get one. They're very cheap, very easy to install. They all come with directions. I can teach my 8-year-old how to do it. As a matter of fact, he knows how to do it. It's just very, very basic stuff. But anyway, equipment. My first year, I bought used. I bought a walk-behind Skag 48-inch mower. No sulky. I had no idea how to even ride on a sulky. I thought for sure I'd break my damn neck. And I found it on Craigslist. The guy wanted $900 for it. I went and looked at it, went over a few things. It really didn't need anything. The guy took good care of it. I wanted gator blades for it, mulching gator blades, just because, in my opinion, some may debate me on this as well. All my mowers all have gator blades on them. In my opinion, when you're mowing and the grass may be a little thicker, a little taller, it's going to chop it up a lot better so you don't see it laying on grass. And it'll save you having to bag as much. It'll save you having to double cut. So I bought that. It was, I say the guy wanted $800 or $900 for it. I got it for $600. I talked him down $600. And I bought a cheap push mower, and I bought an Echo weed whacker from a guy that was selling it on Craigslist. I bought that stuff. I had a small pickup truck. I think I had a Dodge Dakota 2001 or 2002 pickup truck and a little 5x10 trailer, and that's what I started with. I figured, you know, if I'm not 100% positive this is what I want to do, which I was pretty sure, but if I wasn't 100% positive this is what I wanted to do, why spend $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12,000 on a brand new mower, which I couldn't afford anyway? Or, you know, and go to, because any one of these places will set up payment plans with you. Mowers are like cars, you know, just sign here. Why was I going to do that if I didn't know 100% this business was going to work out for me? This was 100% what I wanted to do. And my other way of looking at it, when you buy that new equipment, how long are you using that equipment, making payments on it, before that equipment is actually making you money? I don't buy anything if it's not going to make me money. I'm sure I have my toys. I like to buy, you know, whatever it is I want to buy. But in general, if I buy something, before I buy it, I look at it like, how long do I have to use this before it's going to make me money? If you're making payments on that piece of equipment all the time, it's not making you money. You can rationalize it any way you want in your head. I don't care. It's basic. It's basic economics. It is not making you money. Okay? That mower, that Skag mower that I paid $600 for, like I said, I started off slow like everyone else. In the first month and everything, it was 2 months, I'd already made that $600 back just by mowing grass with that mower. Okay, so now anything that I mow after that is profit in my pocket. Minus your fuel, of course, and any oil used for maintenance on oil and grease maintenance on the equipment. But in general, that money that I make, every lawn I mow after that, is profit in my pocket, because I don't have a payment on that mower, and that mower already paid itself off. Since then, I've bought about 1, 2, 3. I bought 4 more walk behind since then, a 0 turn and a stander. I bought them all used. Every single one has been used. Nothing has been new. The only thing I bought new since then is I learned. I bought all my weed whackers, all my line trimmers are all new. My hedge trimmers are new. My backpack blowers are all new. And my handheld blowers are all new. I bought used in that market, and that I will tell you, if you can and try your hardest, buy new. Buy new when it comes to a lot of people call it stick equipment when it comes to your weed whackers, your hedge trimmers, your blowers. They're not that bad in price, and you'll be glad you did. But anyway, so used equipment, buy used, but you gotta know what you're looking for. Go there and make sure the thing's not beat. If it's a hydro, make sure the hydro pumps aren't shot. The hydro pump can cost more than the damn mower. Look for stuff like that. Make sure you know what you're looking for. If you don't, take somebody that does. Even if it's not a guy that works on mowers all the time, take a small engine mechanic with you, or just any mechanic in general that would know, that can look at this stuff and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right, or whatever. I have a lot of videos on here telling you that explain about equipment and how to check your equipment, things you should look for. Alright, but enough about beating on equipment. Getting customers, like I said, getting customers is a lot easier than you think. Keeping them is the hard part. What I did starting off, I went to Vistaprint. Okay, they usually have ads up where it's like, I don't know, they'll print you 250 business cards for like $10. Starting off with them, they do a lot of stuff that's really cheap. I made business cards, and I just, everywhere I went, in stores, restaurants, banks, I just threw them on the counter. Threw a bunch on the counter, threw 5 here, 5 there, 4 there, 2 there, whatever. ATMs, I stuck them in the side of ATMs. Nobody can stop you from doing this. And I just put them everywhere, and everyone knew, what the hell is Countryside Lawn Care? I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy's name. It's everywhere. That's what you want. You want to be everywhere. I did that, and I also had decals made. There's a decal shop, near my house. You can have you can use Vistaprint, and they'll make magnets, or other companies will make magnets you can put on the side of your truck with your business name. But what I did was I had that put on my truck, and so that was even more visibility. Everywhere I went, there I was. Everybody was seeing my name. Man, my back is just like crazy this morning. Sorry guys, I'm looking like I got ticks here or something this morning. But everywhere I went, people see my name. They knew, they were constantly seeing me. It's just being out there and letting people see you. And I actually got worried. I worked for other landscape companies for years, and one of the guys I'm still really good friends with, a bunch of them I am actually, but the one that I was with the longest, I called him up. I'm like, Jimmy, what's going on here, man? I was like, spring is coming up. I was like, I put my business cards out everywhere, and I got my name on my truck, and I don't know what to do, and nobody's calling me. And he said, just relax. He goes, people aren't gonna call you. They walk outside and it's cold and they think it's still winter. People aren't gonna call you. As soon as they walk outside and they feel that sunshine, or it's the first warm day, the first nice day, and they look around, they see their neighbors picking up sticks in their yards or raking up from the winter, or whatever, they're going to start calling. Your phone's gonna blow up. You're not gonna be able to keep up with it all. And he was right. He was 100% right. That people wait till the last minute for everything. Okay, so And that's a big thing. That's one of the largest things I've heard across the board. A million other landscapers say. I've heard it from my customers. Contractors, landscapers, a lot of contractors do it. I'm emphasizing on landscapers, obviously. Don't answer their phones. They see that call on their phone. You know what I mean? The call comes down. You know where my phone is. Actually, it's upstairs. The call comes in on their phone, and they see it. They look at it. Oh, I don't know that number, and they don't answer, and they let it go to voicemail. Let me tell you something. There are so many landscape companies in your area. If you send it to voicemail, 9 times out of 10, they are not leaving you a message. What they are going to do is they're going to go punch into Google, lawn care, Lewiston, New York, boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay. They're going to call the next person on the list. They are not going to leave you a voicemail. They don't have time. They don't care. They want to talk to somebody. They want to talk to somebody now. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the next one on the list. Okay? Which also is another thing. I'll touch on this real briefly. Internet. There's huge spans of ways you can advertise on the internet, market on the internet. But just to get you started off, like I said, remember, you know, people may criticize me in the comments where below. I don't care if you do. I'm not even going to answer you. You're going to be like a ghost comment that everyone's going to laugh at and then just leave their comment below. Anyway, this video is specifically for somebody just starting off. Okay, there's so much more you can do beyond this, and you will learn it if you want to. You're going to learn it. You can go to Google, Bing, Yext, Next. Yeah, that's two different ones. I know it sounds weird. Yext and Next. Okay, Google, Bing, Yahoo. You can go to any of these and say, advertise my business or list my business, and every one of them has a free listing. You got to go through a bunch of crap, just punching in your name nonstop, your business name, blah, 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 about your company, this and that. But you can do it. Just take a night and do it, and you can crack them all out in no time. But that puts you on there in like a million different spots, and the more spots that you're listed on there when they punch in lawn care for your area, that's that much more that's going to pop up. Okay, so they're going to, you know, it's more that they're going to see you. But anyway, answer that phone. If you don't answer that phone, they're calling the next person. They're not leaving you a voicemail, so you can listen to it and say, oh, that one sounds good, I'll call that one back. It's not going to happen. You're going to get a few that will. It's going to be very rare. Okay, so make sure you answer your phone, but don't get nervous when spring's coming up. You haven't got a call. You're going to get your calls. Okay, they're going to come through, and the more you're out there, you know, the more calls you're going to get. Remember, do exactly what you say you're going to do. If you tell that customer, I'm going to trim these hedges, I'm going to clean out those flower beds, and I'm going to trim up that tree over there, and this is how I'm going to do it. You don't have to give them specifics. Okay, I'm going to trim this side, then that's it. You don't have to do that. Just if you tell them I'm going to do this, this, and this, this is the price, and they agree to that price, you better do it. You better do exactly what you said, because if you don't, she's telling the first 15 people she runs into. She doesn't give a shit if those are even people that are close to her. She's telling them. She's telling everybody, because in her mind or his mind, whatever, you screwed them over. You were dishonest. You did not do it, and they gave you their hard-earned money. You didn't do what you said you were going to do. They're telling everybody. Everybody. Dude, there's grandmas and grandpas on Facebook nowadays. Everybody's on this. Okay, I had Facebook for years. I deleted mine. It's drama to me. I don't want nothing to do with it. I delete it. But everybody has Facebook these days, even older people. Okay, so if you screw somebody, if you don't do what you say you're going to do, it's getting around. It's getting around fast, a lot faster than you think it will. Okay, you may think, oh, that little old lady, who does she know? She ain't gonna tell me. You know what? That little old lady sits in church every Sunday with 50 people that she's been going to church with for 30 years. I'm going to tell you who she's going to tell. Everybody, okay? And even if you don't think it's everybody, get it in your head that it's everybody, and that will motivate you to not do it. You shouldn't do it anyway, but just more emphasis on it. Like I said, you can get into marketing. You can get into so many more things once you're further on. Let me... I did these on a couple other videos. These are my Every Door direct mailers. This was last year's. This is the one that's going out this year. Just oversized cards. You can get into so much more with your marketing, but you don't have to. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is just a start-off video. Employees. Another person asked me about employees. You know, how many people should I hire to start off? None. None. Zero. You don't need any. Okay, don't. You are not going to get that much business your first year out. If you do, you're a miracle child. Please make a video and post it up so the rest of us can see it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get so bombarded with work that you can't handle it by yourself your first year. It's just not going to happen. Go out there and do it by yourself the first year. You're going to get a system down. You're going to find out how you like it, how you want everything done, and that as you grow and acquire employees, that in itself is going to provide for you a system of how you want stuff done. So that when you hire your employees, you're going to say, listen, when we go to a house, these sidewalks and these driveways are getting edged, and this is how it's getting done. This is how I want you to do it. It's going to be the same across the board. It doesn't matter if I'm doing it, if Pat's doing it, if Max is doing it, if Joe's doing it, if Tom's doing it. It does not matter. This is how it's getting done. It's all systematic, all getting done the same. It doesn't matter if I show up or one of my crew shows up. That customer is getting the same exact treatment as if I did it myself. And that's why they hired me. That's why they kept me all these years, because they like the way I do it. So guess what? You're going to do it how I do it. And that's how I'm going to keep that customer. The longer I keep that customer, the more money I make, the more money you as the employee makes. Okay, so doing that first year, first couple years on your own is going to allow you to create that system to do that. And you may even stay on your own forever. Some people do. Okay, it depends on what you like. But if you hire employees right off the bat because you want to mow, and that's all you want to mow grass and let that guy you hired weed whack or do whatever and blow stuff up, you're pissing your money away. That first year where you're not making anything in the first place and you still have them initial purchases of equipment to pay for, you're giving all your money away to that employee when you could have just done it yourself. And now you're not making any money. The second year you can't go out and buy new equipment or upgrade from what you had if you found out that didn't work but it just got you through the season. You can't do that because you haven't made any money. You gave it all to an employee. Leave employees out of it. Be very, very careful. This comes in every single business. Be very, very careful on who you hire. When it comes to friends and family, it can hurt you, it can kill you, it can do a lot of bad things. You know, I've hired family members and it didn't work out for whatever reason. You know, you hire family members or friends, they think they should have special privilege over other people you hire that are just employees you hire. They think they should be treated different. They think they should be allowed to do more. They think that they shouldn't, you know, if they screw up, they think that you shouldn't get in their ass about it because, you know, oh, you're family. Well, shit. They're an employee first, family or friend second. You have a business to run. At the end of the day, if your bills get paid, you really think they care? No, they don't. Okay, they can say, yeah, I care, you know, I want you to keep your house. They don't care. Okay, so be very mindful of who you hire. You know, whether you're hard up for employees or not, it can come back to haunt you big time. But all in all, starting off, you don't need the employees. Do it yourself. Let's see what we cover. A little bit of basic advertising, a little bit of on equipment. People are gonna tell you need insurance, you need to be licensed, you need to be this, you need to be that. Okay, I'll tell you something. My first year, I did have a license and insurance right from the start. A lot of people don't, and that's okay. Find out. I'm not telling you not to do it. Okay, if you're gonna not do it, that's on you. If you do it, that's on you. Do whatever you want to do, but listen to this. Okay, it took 10 minutes and $36 to go get my $30, $36, whatever it was, to get my business license. I went down to the county office and said, listen, this is what I want to name my business. This is where the business is going to be. She said, okay. She punched it in the system. Nope, there's nobody in your county with that business name. $36. Handed her the money. She filled out my business license, stamped it. I signed it. She signed it. Notary public. Handed it back to me. Out the door I went. There's my license. $10 or 10 minutes, $36, $30. And that's all it took to get a license. So you should at least, at the very least, go get your license. Do that, okay? You're gonna have to play around with insurance, find out what it is. I got a basic liability package, covers me for like $1 million, and it was like under $600 for the whole year. I had the money, so I did it. And as you go further on, you're going to find a lot of residentials. They're going to look for it now too. They're going to ask you if you have insurance, and you can't say, yeah, I got it. They're going to say, let me see it, and you're going to have to show. Okay. But commercial properties in general, 90% of you're going to get the little scam commercial property here and there that are just going to sign you on whatever, and they're not going to care. And as you work for them more, you're going to find out why it's like that. But in larger commercial properties, I had to provide insurance. I had to not only show them insurance, but I had to call my insurance guy and get a separate card that lists that company's name on my insurance, which didn't cost me any more, and give them a copy of it. And then the second year I went back there, I had to get them an updated one. And that's just what you got to do, because that company's insurance says if Countryside Lawn is mowing your property and a rock comes out of his mower and goes through your window, us as your insurance company is not paying for that. His insurance company better pay for that. If you don't make sure he has insurance and he's taking care of your property, we're gonna drop you. Okay, so that company that you're working for, their insurance company is going to drop them if you don't provide insurance. I know it sounds confusing. It's how the whole thing works, okay? And that's why they ask you for insurance. Apartment complexes, just bigger businesses, things like that. So that's insurance. That's license. A lot of people don't get their insurance the first year. A lot of people never get insurance, and that's on you. I think it's stupid. I think you better get insurance, at least basic liability. But if you got to go your first year without it, then sometimes what you got to do to make some money, and feel it out first and then go from there. But my advice, you never go more than a year, okay? I'll leave you with this. Like I said, there's so much more to it, so much more you can go into, but this is just very basics. Your first year starting off, very basics of it. And I know I'm going to think of a million things after I make this video of what you should do. And maybe I'll make another one after this, but I'll leave you with this. There is, when it comes to learning stuff, I'm a geek. I love to learn as much as I possibly can, and I'm constantly scanning YouTube for videos on stuff that I want to know more about. You're already on YouTube or you wouldn't have found this video. There is a bunch of landscapers, a bunch of lawn care companies on here, tons of them that will all have information, or they just have videos. I watch other people's videos just mowing, just to watch what they're doing. I want to see if they're doing it different, how they're doing it different. Is it faster? Is it something I want to do, or if it's something I want to stay away from, or if it's something I've been thinking about doing, I'm watching them do it, I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm not going to do that. You can learn so much, but there's a ton of people on here that have great advice for lawn care. Some beginner starting off stuff and some advanced stuff. So I'll leave you with this. Watch my videos. Scan down through my videos. Some you're going to be like, yeah, it doesn't really apply to me, blah, blah. Find ones that apply to you. I try to title them as best I can, and you will see a bunch of stuff in there that may interest you. It'll give you more tips, more ideas, may answer questions you have. I'll leave you with, like I said, there's a bunch out there that give really, really good information. I will tell you 2 right off the bat for lawn care, and 2 are geared directly different. One is geared basically just plain starting off. He will give you the best advice starting off doing it by yourself, and he stayed for over 20 years doing it by himself and makes a ton of money at it, and he still does it by himself to this day. He has some of the best videos I've ever seen in my life, and that is Geek to Freak Fitness and Lawn Care on YouTube. Find him. His name's Greg. Watch his videos. He's got a ton of videos, and some amazing videos. Like his are all titled great, that are very specific to what he's doing. And you can learn a ton of information, and especially just basic starting off stuff. He tells you the best ways to do it. Probably better than I will. But like I said, you got to pick and choose, take what you need from each video. Another one is G Packard. He has a million videos. A lot of his videos you're going to find are geared more to somebody that's been in business a long time. He actually even titles some of them as, you know, when you're starting off, do this, do that. A lot of it is immeasurable stuff that, you know, you're not going to do just starting off because you can't afford to, and I'm sure he didn't either. But he has a lot of great advice on different stuff that you can do starting off, and a lot of, he'll explain a lot of stuff that he tried that didn't work for him that you may want to shy away from. But you know, there's stuff that he's tried that didn't work for him that I've done and worked phenomenal for me. So it doesn't. And you know, and I'm sure there's stuff that I've tried or Greg has tried that didn't work for us at all. That he has tried, that G Packard has tried that didn't work for him at all, or did work for him. You know what I mean? So it depends on your demographics, depends on your area. But these are just, you got to watch these videos, constantly stream these videos, look at these videos, and watch them. And you're going to learn so much. If you have any doubts of whether or not you can start this company, and you can get this thing going, get this thing rolling, watch Keith Kalfas. The Landscape Employee Trap is his YouTube channel. The Landscape Employee Trap. His name is Keith Kalfas. Watch him. He's got the best motivational videos you will ever need. Sometimes I just log on to one in the morning and just watch it just for the hell of it, just to get me going. This guy's insane. He's so funny. But he has a landscape company as well, and he'll give you so much motivation, it's ridiculous. And he'll just help you out tremendously. But I debated for years and years doing this, guys. I didn't want to start. I did want to start. I was so nervous, so scared about starting a company. One day I just seen this bumper sticker, and it said, "If you don't follow your dreams, you will spend the rest of your life working for somebody that did." It clicked right there. I was like, that's enough. I'm doing it. I'm tired of making everybody else money doing landscaping. I'm tired of being on armored trucks all day, you know, which I still do part-time, but whatever. So it's going to click in, and you're going to do it. Don't be afraid. Just go out there. Just do it. My second year in business, because I did all the things, like I said earlier in the video, do what you say you're going to do. Take care of your customers. My second year in business, and I've showed this on other videos, it's probably backwards. Countryside Lawn Care, and it is Best of 2014 in Lewiston, presented by the Lewiston Awards Program Business Association. Okay, this award was presented to me, and my phone exploded when this award went out. Okay, it's from taking care of my customers. Second year in business, second year. Okay, you can do this, and you're going to get out of it exactly what you put in it. If you want more customers, if you want to do more, you're going to do it, but you have to want it, and you have to work. If you don't want to work, if you're, you know, somebody that's growing up and you think you're worth $30 an hour right off the bat, right out of high school, then you're a joke, dude. One, you're an idiot, and two, it's not going to happen. Okay, you have to earn your way just like everybody else did. So if that's the market for you, go to college, be a doctor, get out of school, go make your money. And other than that, you're not going to make tons of money. You have to work for it. Okay, be willing to work hard, be willing to go out there and do it, and you can make it happen. Anybody can. There's guys that do this, there's girls that do this. I don't care what your genre is, what your age is, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, I don't care. It's you. It's what's inside you. It's what you're made up of. If you want this, you're going to do it. It's like anything else in this world. Guys, rate, comment, subscribe at the bottom of this. Watch my videos. Watch every landscape video you can find on the internet or on YouTube. There's so many, and there's a ton of great companies. The ones I gave you are just the ones that I feel are geared more towards information and helping you out. There's a new one out, I'll mention him too, Top Notch Lawn Care. I haven't watched too many of his videos just because I haven't had the time, but it seems to me he's geared more towards that too, helping people out starting off. And I think he was in a position as well where he wasn't sure about starting his company. He just said, screw it, I'm doing it. And he's done phenomenal with it as well. But like I said, there's so many landscape companies, and any of you guys out there on my channels that are my subscribers that I haven't mentioned you, it's nothing against you. I love your videos. If I'm subscribed to you, I like your stuff. Okay, otherwise I don't waste my time. But like I said, there's a lot of other landscape companies out there, and these ones I mentioned are just the ones I feel are geared towards helping people start off landscape companies, tips and tricks, things like that. So like I said, guys, go for it, man. You are your biggest competition. I've said it in a million of my videos. I'll say it again. Don't compete with the other landscape companies out there. If you compete with the other landscape companies in your area, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Screw them. You are not them. Compete with yourself. I'm here this year. I want my goals to be here next year. I want my profit margins were right around here this year. Next year, I want them to be right here. Okay, compete with yourself. Set goals for yourself. You are your biggest competition. I say that because you are also your biggest setback. If you don't follow through with something, you're holding yourself back, not the landscape company down the road. You are. All right, guys.